Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm back from my little vacation. Sophie, I know you have been feeling a little under the weather. I hope you're feeling a little better now.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm getting there. And we talked a little bit about that in the weekly, how a lot of light workers have been feeling it, especially during the last full moon in Scorpio. So hopefully we're going to send a lot of healing in this show to all of the light workers out there that are still purging, still upgrading, and hopefully you're going to get all better.
This is funny because I always pull cards on every Monday for my week ahead for like oracle cards. And this week I got the solar flare activation card, which I think it might be the case for a lot of us. And I'm not feeling 100%. I have to be honest with you guys. Like I feel like my body is under a lot of inner transformation and a lot of purge also. So if you are feeling that, let us know in the comments. And yes, we are sending you some healing as well. And maybe the segment on what's going on with the stars and the earth is going to maybe shed some light on whatever's happening. Let's see. So we are May 27th. Thank you for joining us. And right before we dive into the topics for today, please do make sure you are subscribed to our channel here on YouTube, as we are putting those 5D news show every week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And also we are simulcasting here on our Rumble channel. So do make sure to subscribe. This really helps us into creating some more content like this for you guys, free content. And do make sure you like this video, and that really helps the algorithm. Also refer this video to some people who might like this content. So let's start, as I said, with the Earth and the stars. And so, okay, so I have a question from Amayin. Love you guys and your wonderful readings. Thank you. Please pull cards on West Coast, and I'm just going to show you guys the little video here. On West Coast volcano, so this is underwater volcano, said to erupt soon and cause 10,000 earthquakes. So I read the article, and it doesn't seem like something too pervasive or disruptive, but they were talking about 10,000 micro earthquakes, and it's mostly underwater. So let's see if we can start with the cards. How can we word this? So what's going to be the effect of the eruption of that underwater volcano on the West Coast?
I love how you phrase it, because that's exactly how I would have asked that.
I have some training, working with you.
Good, you're good. Okay, let's see. What's the effect? So we have ascension already. So this is good. Shifting the vibration. Yeah, guides. Oh my God, you see all of this light, and it's all coming from above. It is all coming from a much higher frequency. So far, I would say that this is a very positive effect that is going to shake the world and trying to awaken even more the population, trying to elevate the frequency. This is a card of It's a Wonderful Life. We have Dr. X. So that could be also, this is my card when somebody refuses to go to the doctor. So that could have also some effect on health and maybe the DNA activation. So let me get the second row. Let's see what we have.
This is so interesting. And yeah, go ahead. I don't want to influence this reading too much.
Okay, so we have 8 of Pentacles, but in this case, it's 8 of Cups. So this is underneath Ascension. I really feel like we talked about recently how we had astrological event that did some kind of purge in our relationships, in our contract, soul contract, I would say. And with this kind of 8 of Cups, like this one with the card of Ascension, it feels like we have a lot of upgrades as a society, all the people, on what lessons now we're going into and what we came here to do. So I feel like this is a big major shift that is just And this is just one symptom of this upgrade. So possibly at the same time in the world, there's other things as well going on, serving the same purpose. This is like one symptom of it, but it's all in the purpose of changing the frequency to much higher frequency and to learn even more about our emotions, learn even more about how to connect with others and how to be even more with our feelings. It has to do a lot of with soul contracts, emotions. It has to do with our happiness. So I would say that this is like the kind of the axis of Aries and Libra being activated somehow, like the kind of who you are and what you want with the rest of the world, how you are doing your soul purpose, how you're making yourself happy in this world, while there is also many soul contract and while there is many lessons to be learned with others as well.
Interesting. So a more energetic effect rather than physical on, let's say, on the earth. Okay. And talking about a change in frequency, today, as we're here filming this, so we are May 27th, we are having a Galactic Center activation. So Jupiter is in opposition with the Galactic Center. So this is a very spiritual alignment. The Galactic Center usually brings more awareness, more consciousness, readily available for all of us. As Jupiter is also a planet of knowledge, of consciousness, of spirituality, of faith. So I'd like to know with the cards, because I can read it, of course, from the astrological viewpoint, but I'd like to know what the cards have to say about what are the effects of this Galactic Center activation on us humans right now.
Okay. Okay. This is so interesting. Okay, so let me just show you the cards. So we have the card of partnership, we have blockage, we have aggressivity, we have union, the curse, and recognition. Okay, so
it's in the same vein as the other topic as we had, if I understand.
Why do you think that it's about relationship that much these days?
Well, the North Node is in Pisces, so I guess we're clearing a lot of that past karma, past soul contracts, as you were saying previously. So I think this might be a major topic, because maybe like as we're raising our frequency and our consciousness, like we're, let's say, living more in alignment with our true selves. So we try to have more healthy rituals on a daily basis and everything, a job that's more in alignment. But then like the other element that's so important is who you surround yourself with, because that directly impact your frequency and your ascension process, right? So does that make sense?
Absolutely. And as you were saying that makes total sense. I was also thinking maybe there is something to, and I will take a few cards on that. Maybe there's also a need of getting rid of a lot of karma in order for us to move to new lessons elsewhere. And maybe there's also souls that are decided like, this is the limit. I'm not going to reincarnate, so I need to get rid of the karma with others. So maybe there's something also with that kind of purge where we're getting out of this karmic loop collectively.
Okay.
So, because we have the karmic loop, we have the infinity symbol with the card of union, and we do have the curse and recognition. So it feels like maybe we have something a little bit more elevated that is coming at play to get rid of karmic loops with contracts.
I just had like an idea that came through. Is it possible that this alignment is helping us get rid of, let's say, you know, the hijacked twin flame concept that the Matrix tries to put into our lives so that we're kind of blocked, but actually they are karmic partners? Is that like those like fake twin flames relationship that are hindering us from reaching more awareness? Is that what is falling apart at the moment? Like those fake Matrix implants and relationships?
Let's see, what is getting write off of our lives at the moment in terms of soul contract, please. The Temperance, soulmates. It's for me, this is more of the soulmate energy, but that does not mean that some of the fake twin flame cannot be removed. Also, the Magician lies. Yes, the fake soulmate. I think you're right on. The fake soulmates can also be not just in love, as you know. Soulmates can be in any kind of the any part of life. Three of Cups. So we seem to be, and we have the student underneath the deck. The student is there. Okay, I'm going to explain everything. Six of Pentacles and the Tower. So what it says basically is that, we have been in this for quite some time. We have multiple alignment that serve this purpose. And it's to make sure that we are getting rid of soul contract that are not reciprocal and fake and full of illusions. It's almost like we are getting rid of a lot of trickery in our relationships, and that we are only going to learn from that point on. When I say only, it's major, like the majority of our lessons are going to be that, but we can still have some minor lessons. So the major lessons are going to be now learned through relationships that are reciprocal, and the rest is going to fall apart. I don't think this is going to be the school anymore for a lot of unbalanced relationship, toxic relationship. It's almost like this is changing. It's like we're graduating to high school instead of elementary school in terms of incarnation on Earth.
Wow, fascinating. And can I just ask, like, I'm curious because obviously not everybody is going on this ascension bandwagon from what I understand. So can we ask the cards, like, what happens to the people who choose to remain in relationships that are not, let's say, ideal for their soul growth? So what happened? I'm sorry.
Sorry. I just had the answer and I'm going to take a card for that. They become NPC.
Oh.
Let's check. Six of Wands, this is a success. But look at this, how those are becoming the observers. They're those who don't have the success, because Six of Wands, this is a success. They are just noises and the crowd. They're just becoming NPCs,
part of the herd, and no longer like individualized.
Yeah, this is a big year. We knew that 2025 is a big year for activation of the light worker. This is a year that if you feel like you have a purpose, you have to start in it seriously. It's a major activation for light workers. That's why we have so much big energies this year. And if you don't do your lessons, it's not like a doom and gloom, but it's very close to it, unfortunately. So if you don't do your lessons this year, you're going to have possibly a lot more trouble to start them in the next year. There's something like there is this current, and if you don't follow it with the year, if you don't follow the movement, you're going to be against it and you're going to be late.
Yeah, and again, it's a year 9, a universal year 9. So we need to wrap it up before year 1 so we can begin new cycles and new experiences, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next question. So on May 29th, so Thursday, we're going to have a Mercury Kazmi. So that means that the Sun and Mercury will come into conjunction. So in the same place from our viewpoint here on Earth. And Kazmi means in Arabic, it means in the heart of. So Mercury will be in the heart of the Sun. So usually that's a very, very positive alignment. Mercury is the planet of communication, of revelations. The Sun sheds its light on this information, those revelations. So I'd like to ask the cards, will we have important revelations with this Mercury Kazmi? And if so, what kind of revelations?
I think it's a yes. We have this card that just flew out of the deck as soon as I shuffled. So this is, can you pronounce that word? Because I can't.
Indestructible.
Thank you. I don't know why.
I was like, you're putting me on the spot.
Well, I know you have a better English than I do, so thank you. Okay, so we do have reptilian. We do have, do you see his eyes? So he had, for those of you who don't see it correctly, he has green skin and red eyes. And from the look of the title, it looked like a person that can have superpowers, have a very long lives. And we have the card of off-world. So I think there's going to be huge reveals when it comes to reptilians and when it comes to off-worlders in a negative way. So meaning the negative ETs, not like something negative per se event, but we're going to have reveals on this.
Do you think it's about like their involvement in the elites, let's say Hollywood, the music industry? Like, is that what we're gonna say?
Exactly. So we have community. What did it say? The tribes, friends, society. So community and the vibe. So basically how they have been even more like influencing everything that we feel, that we know, that we think. Maybe not us, because you guys watching, you're amazing and you are so independent thinkers, but the herds, the population, the normies.
Okay, and like yesterday we just had a new moon in Gemini, so it's Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, so a lot of influential communication type of energy, and I think a lot will go fast as we reached this new moon yesterday. It was in conjunction with Mercury, with Uranus, and it's like downloads, revelation, communication, fast paced development. So I think, and plus the Mercury Kazmi, in June will be the month of Jupiter. So truth all over, and stay tuned, because tomorrow we're going to have our June predictions, tarot and astrology for the 12 zodiac signs. We're going to talk all about that. But until then, I think we're just about to receive so many truths and revelation. It's going to be amazing. Okay, last question on this topic here. So this is from Lulu Ong from the community. Thank you, Lulu. So there's been a massive hole the size of Switzerland open in Antarctica, apparently. So here's a picture. And this is from NASA. So we know we cannot believe a lot about what they say, but let's just ask the cards. So they say that there's been a massive hole appear in Antarctica, leaving scientists baffled. Okay, let's start there. And Lulu's asking, is it related to ET, underground civilization, or something else? Is it good or bad? So let's start general with our question. What is this hole about in Antarctica?
The star, the justice, spring, divine timing, wealthy men, hiring, devil in disguise. Okay, so it sounds like this is very negative, and it sounds like this is it. So the earth is basically trying to ascend and shift the vibration. What I'm seeing here is the opposite. I'm going to just show you those last cards. So we have the wealthy man. We do have hiring. So this is the gun for hire. We have devil in disguise, and we have the vertigo, which is a spiraling down. So I think that we do have this major realignment of our energies on Earth at the moment, and that this was planned. So this is something that if you do astrology, if you are in the known with what is coming, you are going to know that the frequency are shifting at this moment, ascending, and that there is people that are not really wanting this. And this whole somehow has something to do with this. It has something to do with blocking the shift of the vibration.
Okay. So blocking the shift of this vibration. I'm struggling to understand what this hole is all about.
Yeah, me too.
Is it like a vortex of, like, I don't know, negative energy, low frequency? Is it okay? Let's start. Like, is it something that was created, or is it something natural?
It's a good idea. Okay. Is it natural or something that was created? The full reverse, that would be created.
Yeah. So basically it's something that they're okay. So like a vortex of energy in order to stop the earth from ascending, basically.
It sounds like it. Yeah, that was the card that we had. So that it sounds like it. but we can ask how this hole is connected to lowering the frequency. Let's see.
Yeah.
Four of Cups reverse, so forcing things. This is not a thing that is natural at all. Ace of Pentacle, it costs a fortune to do.
Sorry, this question is a bit protected and dark.
I know. Queen of Wands reverse.
Some weird stuff over my head.
Four of Wands reverse. This is like it's almost like it destabilizes the frequency of the earth. It's almost like, you know, when you have a wound, your energy is going to heal that wound. It's almost like it's this, because what I'm seeing is that I'm just going to show it again. So it's not natural. We're forcing something. It costs a lot of money, and it's to destabilize the power, and it's to destabilize the stability. So remove the stability. So this is how I'm seeing it. It's almost like it's a drain of energy for the earth.
That was such a good analogy. So the earth is trying to like fix this energetic parasite or issue, and it's slowing down like the ascension, basically. Okay.
Yeah, out of balance.
Is it going to be healed or removed in the near future?
Okay. Ascension just flew out of the deck. I was just shuffling and this card just flew out.
Okay, so yeah, the earth is ascending no matter what.
No matter what, it's just going to take possibly no, it says the earth is extremely resourceful, and it says that it's going to happen one way or another.
Yeah, good news. Okay. Okay, let's start there. So there's a lot of questions always in this department. This one is from Shelly. She would like us to ask a question on perimenopause and menopause. I know we've touched the subject on a previous one, but her questions were really good. So let's see what the cards have to say in case they have something different to say this time. She's asking, what is the spiritual purpose and why the dramatic symptoms? She said, physical, emotional, and mental. It is such a difficult transition after a lifetime of PMS and periods. So let's start there. And she has other questions. So what is the spiritual purpose and why the dramatic symptoms of, let's say, the menopause and perimenopause?
Okay. This deck doesn't want to be there. Okay, let's use another one. Okay, so what is the spiritual purpose of those symptoms? And you're including the perimenopause and the menopause in this?
Yeah, because from what I understand, sometimes the perimenopause is a bit worse than the menopause itself. So like we're talking about here, like the dramatic symptoms of changes in the moods, of, let's say, mood swings and hormones going up and down and all that stuff.
We have ruthless, power and money. Interesting.
Okay.
Control.
Okay. Interesting, because her second question is just about that.
Public enemy. Gaslights. Basically, everything is just, we don't have to have this. It's just that in our society, the remedy or the way of naturally going about this, so it's not that intense, are either not being made known, not offered, or are actively activated in the worst way. So the women have worse symptoms. So it's we are not being helped by society, because society is ruled by the masculine side that wants to keep the control. That's not me, that's the card. Okay, so
yeah. So her second question, and okay, I think we open a can of something very interesting. So she says, have the dark ones done something to make it harder for women in the last few years, or is it that we are less resilient? She says many women seem to be suffering harder than our predecessors. So have the dark ones done something to make it harder for women in the last few years?
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to show you three of those cards because that's just beautiful how they put this. So the woman is attacked by many of those birds. So yes, the birds represent the bad luck, right? In that, and then we have girls, 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 and we have the card of fake. So it is absolutely being controlled by the darker side. How women have been receiving tons of probably chemicals or such to have those symptoms even worse. And don't forget that we don't get to stay at home, most of us right now. We need to compete on with your career.
Yeah.
And you don't get to rest when you need it, when your body needs it. You don't get to be flexible with your schedule as much as you would need. So there is this, but there is also what is in the food, what is in the air, what is in the blah, blah, blah. So, and just know that there is the right product. There is a right way of living, that it exists, but we don't get to have it. And in worse, they're making something so it's even worse.
Okay, so I think you already answered a little bit my next question, but let's just ask just for fun. So what would the cards say that is the major element that's influencing the bad symptoms of the perimenopause and the menopause? Is it more like, let's say, unhealed wounds? Is it more of the food, the chemicals? Is it more of the divine feminine that is not here enough?
Pollution, chemicals.
Mm.
Pollution is a big one, apparently. Pollution, we have destruction in the big city, and we have the woman right there. So it's not that we are less strong or less resilient. Our body are really resilient. Trust me. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it. There is a lot of videos on how men are trying the period pain simulator, and they are not able to sustain it on like for 5 minutes. Okay, we have that a week per month, and we need to work. So we're super strong. We're super resilient, but somehow our body is also very vulnerable because of that constant up and down of hormones and pain. So being in that environment of like toxic chemicals and like the pollution and the stress, it destroys us. So it's, in that case, the most prominent one is more of society life than it is about spirituality. Well, it's all linked one way or another,
Yeah.
but this is the main cause.
And let's say a woman is living in the city all through her 30s or 40s, and then when she hits perimenopause, she decides to move in the country. Would those symptoms be alleviated?
Yeah, look at this. We have Miracle on the
Oh.
Beach. Yes, you would have to go through a lot of detox. You would have to be extremely positive. So the mind would play a huge role, but it is a yes.
I love that. Okay, and last question that Shelley is asking, what can the universe advise if we are in that phase of life, navigating those changes, in addition to all the energy of the times that we are living, for especially empath or highly sensitive person? So what can the universe advise if we are in that phase of life, especially for empaths and highly sensitive persons?
We have vacation. And we have stuck. So the stress is the number one enemy. And the stress is the number one enemy. And honestly, it says merging a relationship in agreement. Okay, so basically what we have in our day-to-day is very important that it is as much detox as possible, but that start with the mind. And if you cannot control where you live, if you don't want to move out, if you don't want to change your diet, those are all things that would help. If you don't want to do those, you will have to absolutely go with removing as much stress as possible and staying super positive. So meditation, because and that's where I think that's why I started with this thing on the work of the woman. I think that yes, it's super empowering for a woman to follow her career, but at the same time, we need to have that balance. And because we are in this society where we are in competition with men, and there is not a lot of awareness about the health of women, I think it's really not fair how we need to push through our own boundaries when it comes to the body and to move to push through that those symptoms to compete with them, and that's how I think we are getting worse symptoms than the last generations.
Yeah, and I just remember a little glimpse of the last episode where we asked the cards about the spiritual purpose of menopause. And I believe he answered something like, this is supposed to be like the golden phase of every woman's life, where we have like maximum wisdom, maximum intuition, we're embodied. This is supposed to be the best time. So just try to remember that, because like the universe is not trying to to screw with us. We're supposed to be having like the rewards at this time.
And listening to our body, listening to our needs. The less you do it, the more intense it will feel.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. The next one is a very interesting question from Janice. So I want to thank you, Janice, for sending your question over. So she's asking about blue jeans and denim. And she said that I noticed when I was starting to do energy work and massage in the late 90s that I could no longer tolerate this feeling of wearing jeans anymore. My energy would not flow. And it seemed like the people around me had like their vibration was different, and the sorry, I'm trying to read at the same time. The vibration of the people wearing those jeans would be lower if they wore jeans. So this is what she felt. So let's ask, and her question is, did the companies like Levi Strauss and Lee do mind control on us to wear this heavy material and make it high fashion in order to block our every field and keep us dumbed down? But I know the cards usually like us to start from a more general viewpoint. So let's ask, like, what's the effect on wearing blue jean?
Do you
On
want to
our
ask
skin?
what the vibration of the blue jean, or what is the effect first?
Let's go for vibration. What's the
Vibration.
vibration of blue jean? But let's say on the body.
Yeah. We have nostalgia, so far it's not bad. Talent, purpose, skill set. You can take it with you. So far it's not bad. We have Guardian Angel, and we have the Wizard of Oz. So far it's really not bad.
Okay.
Okay, maybe let's go. So the vibration is just a normal piece of clothing that is like carrying with. So why we have nostalgia in those cards, it's just because it will carry your energy and what the gene went through. Let's say someone with memories wearing those jeans, the gene's going to hold on to the memories and the energy of those events. So that's completely normal, because that's like a piece of fabric or jewelry. It does the same. So,
but maybe even more with jeans. I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like most people don't wash their jeans every day. So maybe it holds more memories than other garments or other fabrics.
it can absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. And can we ask, like, what's the effect on wearing jeans on the body and our frequency? Again.
Yeah. Spring, grief, the snake, and the pleasure. So far it's really just it's like tofu. It absorbs and it becomes whatever it went around. So far we have good and bad. It's not screaming for me like something that would be just good or just horrible. It seems like tofu is the best analogy that I can make here.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Absorbing.
It amplifies, or it keeps like the memory of what the person has been experimenting.
Yeah.
So let's say someone has been experiencing like denser emotions. Maybe it's harder for that person to keep, let's say, get out of those heavy emotions. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I don't know if you do the same, but every time I have like a very stressful event, I just wash all of my clothes right away and I change it. Like, really important. If you buy secondhand clothing, that's something to consider. Same with jewelry, something to consider, because you don't know what was the energy of the other person. So purging it could help a lot.
Okay. So no mind control.
No.
Okay, it's more like, and it's cotton, so I don't think it's usually, let's say, all bad, but like as the card said, it's just something that holds more memory. Okay, good. And then I have a question because I've been dancing a lot of Latin dance recently during my vacation, so salsa, bachata. And recently, I just came to a Instagram post, and that wasn't this one, but it was this guy, Lewis House. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I think he's like some sort of influencer, and he's very popular. And he was talking how like he learned how to salsa dance, and that is a form of communication. And everywhere he goes in the world, like it allows him to get to connect with people from all over the world, and it changed his life. So I'd like to ask the cards, what is the effect of Latin dance that is danced in partnership, like let's say salsa, like you're dancing with, usually it's a man and a woman, but also it can be two men together, two women, but someone is taking the lead role and someone is taking the following role. And I'd like to know, like, is it helping balance our inner feminine and masculine energies? Let's start general. Like, what's the effect of Latin dance and dance in partnerships on the people that dance it?
We have receiving, and we have this beautiful star, and we have recognition. So we get to get a connection with souls that normally we would not get in even a conversation. I think the fact that you're holding hands is very powerful. And the fact that you connect on the same wavelength, we have a lot of blue. So I would say there is a lot of communication that is going through the dance, even though you're not speaking per se.
Yeah.
So you are connecting with the other person on a level that is soul level, and you get to connect. And this is so needed. So people with the word I cannot say that start with A. So people with that word are sometimes in lack of connection with either source or a real connection in their life. And dancing can really help with connecting and feeling this feeling that they so crave. So far, it's absolutely important in our lives, and we have boundaries. So interesting because it's all about the hands. I'm going to show you the cards.
Wow.
Hands. You get to also, sometimes it's not the best person. Sometimes you don't want to connect with them.
Yeah.
So I think that through this, you get to recognize energy that you don't want to connect with. And you get to also know what is your place, what is the place of the person, if we're talking about gender roles. But there is something about closing up your energy and letting it connect with some people. So there is this exercise of your energy and who you want to connect with on a very soul level. Finally, it is a purge, because you're going to be purging old beliefs that are about anything, because you get to experience some connection that are healthy and joyful if you choose a right partner. So in that sense, you get to purge more than just the body purge. It's really, you get a good experience in connection. So you get to maybe relieve some anxiety of social anxiety or things like that, because your connections are good and positive and healthy. So if you're not good yet to say which partner you want to connect with, this is how you're going to learn that you're not getting the same benefit. You're not going to get the same experience out of it.
Interesting, because before, when I learned how to social dance, I would say yes to everyone who would ask me to dance. But now I'm more like, this is not really like something you usually do, to say no to someone. But now I have some boundaries. Like if I feel someone has a really dark energy, I'm like, no, thanks. So, and it's interesting because you showed like all the hands in the cards, and the hands are the extension of the heart chakra.
Oh, yeah.
So it allows you to really connect and have those healthy connection with other humans. And it's interesting because when you learn how to dance, they tell you like it's a language. So you need to learn vocabulary, but how to connect with people and through the music and everything. So it's really a language. It's a way of connecting. Wow, this is so cool. And can we just ask last question on this? Is it helping balance our inner feminine and masculine energies? What does it do to our feminine masculine polarity?
Oh, okay. The card flew out of the deck and on the floor.
Is it helping us ascend even more spiritually?
So it seems like it's a yes, because we have flattery, affection, and charm. Let me get a tarot card for this. Yeah, so it really helps for the feminine, at least. I'm sure it helps for the masculine too. But we have 9 of Wands and we have the feminine. So yeah, it helps for the masculine too. But what I mean by this is that for the masculine, it's going to be a good experience of providing a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
And for the feminine, how to open up to receive that safe place, because the 9 of Wands can be, I'm being guarded, I'm exhausted by bad experience. And with this, it's all about this flattery and charm and affection. It's really how you connect with your dance partner and how you say, okay, I'm opening up or not.
Because you need trust in order to be led by a masculine.
Yeah. So if you are someone that is going through a lot of bad experiences in your romantic life, dancing can really help you to change your attachment style.
Wow, this is profound. And yeah, when I started to dance, I would try to lead because I was so much in my masculine energy. And this is where I learned that the masculine is supposed to provide this safe space for leading. And the women can be just in that flowing state of receiving exactly what you said, of being led, and you have that trust and that respect that can be developed with the right partners, of course. Wow, this is fantastic. Before we change our category, we're going to talk a little bit about gold, silver, politics. I just wanted to mention something here. So a lot of you took advantage of the promo that we had on the new 30-minute pre-recorded tarot reading. A lot of people are very happy about that one. And since the promo is now over the 20%, I just want to say that we're going to keep a 10% off for you viewers, for our community members, you guys watching. So the 10% off with the code Jupiter is available on the 30-minute pre-recorded reading from now on, and also on the 1-hour live reading with the tarot reading, and we have also the past lives reading. So don't forget your code, which is Jupiter, and the link is down in the description box if you'd like to book with Sophie. Sophie, what would you say is the advantage of booking a pre-recorded versus a live? Like, what would be the best fit for what kind of needs, would you say?
Okay, so the 1 hour is really good when you have, you're not sure about questions, you want to mix things. If you want to interact with me, because you get to interact with me. If you want to, go with what I'm saying and continue on my questions, on what I will see in the cards. If you want to have that kind of reading, this is really the one for you. If what you want is, maybe you have a busy schedule, maybe the time available are not fitting for your schedule, maybe you want to have something that you can to re-listen to it whenever you want, you send me your questions, I will do the reading. And a lot of you have asked for the 2025 reading, so this is very similar. I know you guys love that one, so it's very similar. Going to have a full 30 minutes of me speaking about your question and showing you the cards, and you get to re-listen to it. So I would say both are really love, and I'm really grateful for your beautiful comments. So go with your instinct and or try it out. Try which one is for you.
Great. Thank you so much, Sophie. So again, the link is down in the description box, and don't forget your code Jupiter to get 10% off. All right. So now let's switch to finances for a little bit. And I have a comment from the Metropolitan 99. Can we have a gold and silver prediction each week? Thanks. So we'll try. But here we go. So can we have a prediction for the value of gold? So what's going to happen with the value of gold? Let's just ask this in the near future.
What's coming for the gold? Okay. So we have limited right now. So I don't know. I didn't check lately, but it seems like the gold is limited at the moment. So the value could be at the moment very controlled and not really going up at the moment. We do have Peter Pan. So I think that there's going to be a lot of interest in the gold really coming soon. We do have the Taurus card. What do we have? We have Betrayal. Okay, so I think the gold is going to go up because there is going to be uncertainties, and people are going to go with the safety zone of the of the gold. It has a value of safety for some people, so I think that this is going to go up. I think it's going to be. Where is it at right now?
So it's here. So it went up, and then we're in a little how do we say, crease here.
Okay, yeah. So it's going to, yeah, right now it's really controlled. It's going to go up, and we have the Tower, the King of Wands, the Emperor, and we have the Fool and the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So what I'm seeing is that something with the government is going to change the value of gold. Some announcements are going to change the market for gold soon, and it's going to go up with this announcement, with this news. I think there's going to be competition to get gold, so the prices are going to go up because of it.
Okay, interesting. And I've heard a theory in the last years that indeed, like, silver was more used and more needed in let's say outer space technologies rather than gold. So is it true that with the new technologies we need more silver than gold? Can we ask the card?
The price, miracle, and reinvention. Absolutely. The
Because I've
price.
heard it for solar panels, they use more silver than gold. Outer space technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's ask the same questions for silver. So what's going to happen with the value of silver?
So we have wealthy men, we have Hollywood Unawakened, angels, you can take it with you, mask, throat chakra, dark night of the soul, Zorro. So we can see that at the end of those cards, we can have the silver being the hero on a difficult period of time with possibly the money, the finances. But right now it's extremely, extremely controlled still. So it's always like that. It's always like the long game with the silver.
Yeah.
But it is there. It is absolutely going to be the hero. But right now it seems like the control is major. With what we had those cards in the beginning too with the gold, so we can see that the control is major there too. For me, that just means that they are trying to control it because a lot of people are trying to buy it for themselves at a cheaper price before they know it's going to gain value for the public.
Ooh, okay, so hold on to your silver and to your gold apparently for a little longer. If you do have some, that is. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about politics, and let's talk about this. So apparently Trump is wanting to create a golden dome to protect the US, and maybe Canada is going to be part of it, who knows. But a big part of the Americas to allegedly protect against foreign attacks, air attacks. But my question would be, is it true that this is the purpose of this golden dome? That is to protect against foreign countries' air attacks, or is it rather to protect against off-world potential attacks?
Okay. Yeah, we have crossfire, so that could be about off-world and here on Earth.
Okay.
We have the fear. So there is multiple people, multiple civilizations that are possible threats, and that we are very vulnerable to it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that basically we need to have a better
There's
defense.
a dome there. Sorry.
Yeah, the golden globe, no, dome.
Wow. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, it's perfect. So it's basically that. It's for off-world and end for what is there here.
Is it going to work to protect the whatever countries underneath it, the Americas?
The Fool, Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Four of Cups. They're very limited. It's like we are new in that kind of technology, so it's very limited.
Okay. Wow. Okay, fascinating. So there is now a lot of attention in the Middle East and a lot of political attention there. So it seems to be that there's a lot of value, of course, because we know that there's been wars in the Middle East forever. But I feel like there's more political attention now than before. So I'd like to know what is important energetically in the Middle East for all the important powers to be seeking its control. Let's ask.
Suspicion, recharging. This card of summer, the beach, the devil, night and day. There's a very big portal. There is a very big portal of inner that is an inner portal of power. So let me check what it means exactly, but it seems to be by some kind of big source of water. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Or it could be that this portal is underneath water. It could be that it's deep in the water. Let's see.
Okay. There's a lot of water. And there's the Mediterranean, whatever, how it's pronounced in English. I think the Dead Sea, the Arabian Sea.
We have Page of Sword.
And we know that especially the countries that have been close to water have been under a lot of conflicts for the powers to gain control of it.
Well, it's super weird. So I'm going to use your brain.
Oh, I don't know how well it's going to go if I go.
Page of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, King of Swords.
Okay.
10 of Wands, 2 more, the Water, and the Judgment.
I think this is where, let's say, the head seat for the matrix control over the earth is located, for the propaganda, the illusion. So it's providing this veil of control.
Mm-hmm.
And if that falls, everything else falls, like the illusion falls.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because they said it's mental, like all those swords.
Uh-huh.
And the King of Swords, like the seat of power of that matrix, is there. So it's keeping us in this hologram, in that fake hologram.
But this water is really powerful. So it could be also just representing the source of life, the source of. So it could be also, some people are saying that there is some kind of a very important piece of what is the word? Not the Merkaba, but something like that. Something very powerful that could be there.
Is it like something like the Fountain of Youth that exists over there? Like, of course, like they don't randomly choose spots in order to put like their, let's say, evil empires, but so it's probably meant to be there because the water has some special property.
There's something really weird there. Is it the product?
Oh, okay. Okay, so the evil seat is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, will we get rid of this evil empire in the Middle East?
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. And universe is also helping a lot with this. Absolutely. So we are absolutely, it says, a key to it. So humans, our free will, are helping to release that, but also universe is actively in this to get it resolved and to get it purged.
Yay. And I was watching recently a video from Alexis Cossette-Trudel, a French truther. And he was saying that we were about to experience peace in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Can we ask the cards if indeed we are about to see peace rule over the Middle East?
So far, they're still in conflict. So far, they're still stuck in that. But we have a fresh start. Yeah.
Wow.
So new direction. It may be, yeah, absolutely. It may be not perfect, but this is very, very good.
I love this. This is great news. So the ascension process is ongoing, whatever they throw at us. So keep your hopes high, everybody watching. We're on the right track. Okay, maybe one or two last ones. Let's see if I find what I was trying to. Okay, so let's go for spirituality for a bit. So I have a really good question here from Tim. Thank you, Tim. So he's asking about the use of pendulums. And so he says, first of all, what is the best material to use for a pendulum? Is it stone? Is it crystal, metal, other?
Okay.
Let's start there.
Well, it says it needs to call you. So you need to really be attracted to it, whatever it is. It's going to resonate with your frequency.
Okay. So it's something that, that needs to resonate. And to be honest, like I've had let's say conflicting experiences with pendulums because I feel like sometimes it gives me valid answers, sometimes not. So I feel like the ego and can interfere a lot with the performances of the pendulum. So how can we best use a pendulum for the pursuit of truth and avoid interference of the ego?
So we need to be in a very deep trance, and we need to be out of the ego by a trance. So if you are questioning too much, if you are just very stressed or in the question, this is not going to work. You need to be extremely relaxed to a degree that is a trance to be able to use it.
So a meditation sort of state would be good. So maybe do a meditation before using a pendulum.
Yeah.
And can sometimes, like, let's say dark entities or let's say outside forces, can they interfere in that pendulum use?
Yes, absolutely. So they can make it not answer the right way, separate your connection with source. And that's the case with anything. If you have cards, you need to purge them. That's the card just moved as I say that. Okay. If you need to purge everything. You need to purge your home. You need to purge your tools. You need to purge yourself. So absolutely, it's part of it.
And what would you say would be the best way to use a divination tool such as the pendulum, the tarot cards, without any outside interference, but just your soul guidance and your higher self? Like, what would be the best way to make sure that there is no interference?
I'm going to interact with the card after, but for sure you need to do it for somebody else in a way that is not with intent, you need to do it for somebody else. If you do it for yourself, you're going to question it. You're going to always be in your logical mind. When you do it with somebody else in a way that is not, you don't know this person very much, or you don't have any attachment to an outcome, you are in your best. If doing such work with energy, you need to do it selflessly for others because you cannot do it for yourself. Let's see what the cards are saying.
That is so true. You remember when we were starting to learn about tarot, like we would get sometimes very misleading answers. And when we would do the cards for each other, then we would get like really clear answers. So this is where the ego likes to interfere.
Yeah. And by ego, it's not a bad ego. It's just
No.
your
It's
brain.
just your thoughts, your attachments to outcomes, everything you'd like to happen in your life. So you're attached to some kind of outcome.
Or your fears.
Or your fears. Very true.
So what was your question?
How can we make sure that there is no outside interference when we use divination tools?
This is a sort of truth. So you do need to purge it, absolutely, and to use it. For this is a superhero, so you need to purge it to use it for others. It's really important that you are doing it on people that you don't know a lot about, because otherwise you get into your logic.
Yeah, that's a really great answer. And for everybody that's using divination tool, I think that's probably a very, very good advice. Let us know in the comments what you think about everything that we've talked. We love to read your comments. It inspires us to ask other questions as well during those show. And thank you so much, Sophie, for answering all of our beautiful community questions. Thank you guys for sending us your community questions. And of course, if you'd like to be a part of the community where you can send all of your questions, the link is down below in the description box. It is free. And also, one more time, if you'd like to book your one-on-one appointment with Sophie to have your questions answered, this is the time to do so. The link is also down below. And don't forget to use Jupiter as your discount code. And lastly, do make sure you like this episode if you've enjoyed the content. This is a lot of work, a lot of love that we put out there for you guys. And we thank you in advance for supporting this channel and our work. Thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you, everybody, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.